2-day build and get it out, you know what I mean? Just lose out whatever it takes me to get 50 million. So if it takes me 10 hours to get 50 million, I mean, I'm still going to have 12 hours to go on one day, so I could just use it, couldn't I? 2-day ship build token. Nothing done with then. But what I was also contemplating is waiting the extra 2 days, because I'm not in use at sub at the moment anyway. I'm not in, you know, I don't need it. So what I could do is wait the 2 days out, then put another either Hellwraith or the Punisher on, and take 4 days straight off it. So what would you do?
Do a refit on one of the Punishers you've got.
And knock 4 days straight off it.
Yeah, it saves the 5-day build, doesn't it, for the hull?
Yeah, well, I've already got the hull built, yeah. I know what you mean by that.
Yeah, because when I got my tokens, I put it on my refit on my Punisher build, and that I just made sure I had enough, so I instant built it. So, but then I've got to do that a few times.
Yeah, well,
But now I've got to save these tokens for the Hellwraiths.
Yeah, well, I really need to try to get a fleet for FMs. I know myself, I have always said work with FMs first because it's the most thing that you need to do. You know, you've got to do it every week, where it raids once a month. So what if you miss a raid, you can still do it a month after. That's 2 months you've got. You know what I mean?
But then you've got to build your Centurions as well, haven't you?
Oh, I ain't got Centurions. You mean Citadels?
That's the ones.
But I ain't even got them yet anyway. No, what I was thinking is even if I built the Punisher tank what you were talking about and built it like what George says, it still tanks out a 109 for half repair, for 53 minutes repair, depending on what's behind it, killing the target. So even if I used either my Punishers or my Dreadnoughts even, you know what I mean, because they do same raids, don't they? 80, 85, 89, something like that, innit?
You've got to have something to tank behind now, haven't you? So
well, that'll be Punisher.
you've got your other 4, haven't you?
Yeah. What I'm saying is the other one, the Punisher will tank it. What he's built tanks out a 109 on its own, all 4 platforms for 53 minutes repair. But it all depends.
Yeah, I think mine would do that once I get it refitted. But it's just a case of my retros might be too low.
I think you might take too much damage though, because with you having closer range weapons, you have to go in closer, and you might get hit by more stuff. I don't know. We'll sort something out anyway. But that one that George has actually got on that build is pretty nifty, man. And he knows what he's talking about as well.
Yeah, I'm probably only 2 anti-missiles off that ship anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So you could refit yours.
Yeah, but then I've got to make room for the raid as well, so it's a case of...
No, raid will come later. That's what I'm saying. You get FM fleet first.
Yeah, but the thing is, I need at least 2 subs, don't I, to actually compete in the raid.
You need 2 what?
I need to have 2 Hellwraiths for the raid, don't I?
Not if you're doing
At least.
I'm not using Kudas again, I'm stepping up from that one.
No, I'm saying you can use just 1. I used 1 and just swapped it out, but you could always wait for repair, you know what I mean? It's only a couple of minutes for each C set. You could even map repair it, I think, if I remember rightly.
I was hitting 1 target with 1, repairing it maybe on the map, maybe for a few seconds, or back in base, and then using the second one to do the second target.
Yeah,
so you could keep going.
That's what I mean, yeah. I think it would either map, or if you just got a little bit, then you repaired it in base and then came back out again, or even I swapped it out for the second one.
It would only be 1 or 2 seconds in base, if anything.
Yeah. But I actually swapped it out for the second one and just came back out with the second one.
Well, I was doing base sets with Kudas, but I just want to step it up this time.
I don't know why you want to step it up when you could do B sets where you could us. I were doing C sets with my L Wraiths. What do you mean going on the A set?
No, I mean doing B sets with two Hellwraiths, but one in each target.
Yeah, the problem with that is you had instant repair, didn't you? On your cudders. The L Wraiths are, when you get that explosion, you get more repair time than what you do on cudders. So it's not going to work out better that way.
But one would be repairing while I'm doing the other target.
Oh, so you're on about doing it with one?
Two Kudas. No, two Hellwraiths. I'll send one sub in the B targets. Finish that off. Come back and repair it, and then bring the other one out.
In B sets?
B sets, yeah. I'll be rotating my ships.
Okay, good luck with that. I don't think it'll work myself, but you seem to be a better driver than me anyway. You could do it with Kudas.
And the B C sets are also with my Kudas.
Yep.
So I could do 33s and 31s last month. That's providing they're the same.
Well, if you discuss it with Tiger and ask him for his L Wraith build, he were doing A sets with his L Wraiths, and he only had 2.
Then I've only Sticks and Sharon, so it'd be a completely different build because of the weight difference.
That's true.
I was using 4 Charons on mine, but it wouldn't be that different.
But
Mine was pretty low weight.
did you have
Let me
4
put the,
figures on as well, though? Twister Tops?
I had 8 of them, but I mean the damage isn't that much of a difference. Ah, gosh.
You sounded like you've got sniffles as well.
Yeah. I didn't take the allergy medicine today because I didn't want to be asleep.
I think it's the time of the year though. I think everyone's getting cold.
Yeah.
I thought I was getting one yesterday, but it's gone again, so thankfully.
No, I'm just getting a morning cold at the minute.
That's what I had. Up until about lunchtime, you're sniffling, but then it just disappears.
Hey, welcome to the stream, Apachen Pub. That's a cool name, that, isn't it? Apachen Pub. Welcome back, man. Nice to see you again. Some parts. So I'm not actually...
Yeah, you can fit.
Go on.
Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, go
Oh,
on.
you can fit four Hellwraiths in with all Charons on them, with a gunboat lead, which should be enough to get you the fire twisters. But you only need 2 of those, though.
Yeah, I've got a build full Sharons, but if I leave a special out, I can put 3 sticks on as well. I don't know if they help at all.
No, they have. Seems like they have a good resistance to corrosive.
They work on the lower targets, but not so much on the big targets.
Yeah. The first ship is. Let's see, let me double check.
Because my ships are 18-day build. It's lucky I can get tokens now.
Yeah, don't build ships like that either. Build them
There you go.
a little bit at a
I've
time.
done a 9-day, and then I've done a 4-day, and then I'm going to do the rest of the talks.
The first ship in that fleet is how I had it built for the last raid, and then the other three are the way that you could just do it with all the Charons on it.
Well, I've gone against myself this time. I built the El-Ray full and let it work its way through up to coming out. But what I normally used to do is build blank and then build 1 or 2 weapons depending on when it finished. You know what I mean? I wanted it to finish when I was awake and not when I was asleep.
That's normally how I build them.
And that's how I'm going to start building it again, because you can get your ships quicker that way. At least you can use it in VXP as well.
I'm just up almost 24/7, so I might miss like 2 hours.
What I
And
tried
I'm
to
gonna
do
put
is,
in.
because at Shannon Torps they're 10 hours each, aren't they? So if you put 2 on, you're looking at 4 hours off of the full day. So whatever time you put it on, it's going to be 4 hours away from it. You know what I mean? From that day when you get up next time. That's how I look at it anyway.
Plus, you can knock your 5-minute speed up off as well.
Yeah.
And this is what I just refitted that first one towards.
Is that on Discord?
Yeah. It still has enough room to just barely fit a 5th Hellwraith in for the Phantom.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, because that should be coming out soon. TLC for Phantom, whether we win it or not.
Yeah. I'm just gonna slowly kind of refit my Nova over the weekend until I see the work in progress.
You've got 2 different items on it to me. You've got the Magnus Drive 2 and thrusters, whereas I've got Speed 5 and Cat 3. But I only put Cat 3 on because I was upgrading at the time. Now it's R15 when it comes out again. In 36 minutes it'll be R15, so that'll be my top notch one, you know what I mean?
Everything that I've got on there is now R15. I've just got the X armor done and thrusters. I started the R15 for that.
I do like that.
Well, except the B torps, but they should never fire anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna say them B-tops, they're just for combat speed, aren't they? To take it up to 60.
Yeah.
So I think I've got...
Because I did this based on what the 100s looked like before, but I was kind of struggling to get in and out of range and get enough torque fire off before I had to run away and get behind.
Well, with mine having... it's not Speed System 5 I've got on this one, it's hydraulic resistors and Cat 3. But mine's 55 combat speed, whereas yours is 60 because you've got 2 B-tops on it. You know, I've got all Shannons on mine.
Yeah. Well, the Magnus Drive has 111.4 combat speed at R15
Nice.
versus hydraulics is 86.7.
Yeah.
The one I've just,
68.
the one I just posted is what I'm building at the moment.
Alright.
Is that the Hellraiser?
Yeah. Nice.
I'm building loads of gunboats for the raid.
Yeah.
I've got Nautilus Battery 3, AA3, Strike Warheads, Magnus Drive, and Seal Fire Charge on mine.
You might actually need to put a D2S on there. 75 I noticed is like the bare minimum for the cloak efficiency.
Yeah.
I don't have any of the cloak efficiency stuff.
Have you got
I'm not putting,
Have you not got
I'm
Cat
not
3?
putting their new stuff on they recommend.
Have you not got Cat 3 though?
Cat 3.
Yeah.
I've got it all, but the thing is, I'll get more speed from that one, and I'll do the same speed from the Magnus 2, and the one is exactly the same. I'm just